Morning all, welcome back to Red Blue Gaming. Today's video will be 3 stealth suits being built. The last 3 of our 9 required for this list. A video's already gone up, which is part D, 8D of our crisis suit build. That gives us exactly half of the crisis suits that are required for this list. There will be future crisis suit building videos with obviously different weapons, and they will be coming in the future. I did a short channel update just recently. I have taken on a new role and will be not able to film as much as possible. So we'll be doing so over weekends, and then hopefully uploading videos where I can. The other video today that will be filmed and hopefully posted today, if not tomorrow, will be showcasing some croup that I have, the croup that is required for this list, that was painted by friends of mine who I lent the croup to. But I guess without further ado, let's get into the building of these stealth suits. We're not going to mess about today. I've already cleaned up all of the bodies. So this is simply just gluing and obviously positioning how we like. Now remember, if you like the content, don't forget, like and subscribe, hit the bell notification. That'll allow you to keep up to date with what goes on the channel. And then obviously you will be able to see what we post. Don't forget, if you have any suggestions, anything you wish to know about, any questions you want to ask, hit me up, let me know, whether it be on a particular video or on any of the videos or shorts that you see. I do try and do a fair bit of content, really trying to get out what I'm doing, having some fun, and really moving forward. As you can see, quickly getting these bodies together, I've cleaned up all the cut marks from where they've been snipped off the sprue, and am looking forward to getting these guys ready to prime. So I'm going to have quite a few models to prime, and I still haven't gotten around to panel lining that ghost keel. Now that is something that is a pain in the rear end, not because I don't want to do it or it's going to be hard, just because I keep getting other stuff done, and I wasn't expecting to be at that point in time ready for that to happen. Anyway, so as we can see here, bodies together, legs are already sorted. So we work on arms, heads, guns, and so forth. So we will now start working on putting these guns together, quickly getting them done, because this is going to be a short, sharp video. Makes life easy, and sometimes I think that it's easier for me just to get the stuff done rather than make you have to stare at me, clean up sprues and listen to me ramble on more than what I do. But as I said, getting through this as quickly as we can, doing the best we can, and if you guys have questions, want to know about anything, have any videos you wish me to make, so you can have your questions answered, let me know. There will be another video, as I said previously, coming hopefully today. If not, it'll be uploaded in the next couple of days, but I most likely will film it today, which will be a bit of a showcase on the croup that were painted by a friend of mine, or a couple of friends of mine actually, at my friendly local game store. And those boys did some amazing jobs, given that one was full artistic license and I didn't really mind what themes were taken, how the models looked, while the other one was a set request, being painted with contrast paint. They do look amazing. I will definitely say that. The two boys did a massive job. Funnily enough, one of the boys was the manager at the friendly local game store, Guff. So don't forget, if you're in Victoria, get in and see your friendly local game store guys. They can provide you with a lot of different game systems, can answer questions, help you learn to play the game, and apart from that, just provide all that kind of good, friendly, family enjoyable content, and really make you feel welcomed in our community. Yeah, I'm just getting these heads for my stealth suits in the body. As I said, I've lost one. That helps. Oh, I haven't. There it is. I did manage to get in and clean all of these materials up prior to building them. So there's not really been much of an issue. Everything's going to go together pretty quickly. All the guns are there. Again, 2 burst cannons and the plasma. We will be setting these guys together. We're making sure that they are glued, because gluing works a hell of a lot easier. These smaller minis are a lot simpler to set together. So we're just gonna get all these guys glued, and then eventually we can blue tack them to their base, and that will allow for some. Let's see if we can stand these guys upright. Probably not. We might have to use the crisis suits there to lean them against so that they glue the legs in the right position where I'm happy, and not backwards. Imagine that. Imagine if I glue the legs backwards. It'd be hilarious. Another one down. See if we can get him to stay in the right spot. And third and final. And then obviously we can work on arms. Getting arms in where we need to. Having arms in the right spot. But that being said, we were making fairly good progress through our tower. He definitely fell over. He definitely does not like to be up the wrong way. We'll see if we can get him to sit against the... Oh, there's a drone there. We'll pull a drone forward. We have a shield drone that's probably the right height to lean against, maybe. There we go. Yeah, so we've got everything sorted out there. Those guys are gluing slowly, sticking together. But yeah, as you can see in the background, we have panel lined, you might not be able to see, the broadside. So up and lower body and upper body. We'll get in with the black soon and paint all this before I dry brush silver over it to give it a similar effect to this broadside, which you should be able to see when I rotate around. You can see the black. We'll be looking at a similar style in the gun, getting that blue in there, and then working that blue up into the right areas. And once done, because that was a pretty quick model to complete, I was quite happy. There'll be some silver in a few locations on the joins just there. I do have to have a think about what I'm going to do with the front of this, but I'm contemplating painting this section here. I should use a brush to point, it might be a lot easier. Paint this section here black, and then come through and maybe I'll be able to apply white to these parts, or I will try a different color. Red maybe, blue, something of that suggestion. That'll be a green. His eye will obviously be red. Again, there will be some silver here, on this section here when we rotate around. Silver on there, same on that side. And then silver here, silver underneath on this, and possibly, I think that's about it, maybe on these joins just there, the two little knots, and black, and then dry brushed, obviously, of course. I may even go in, and there's a little light in there, which I don't know if you can see. I may paint that, which it should be okay too. Got some small enough brushes, a different colour, possibly the same colour I'm going to paint this, which will be a greeny colour, as I've done on a few of my stealth, not stealth suits, here they are. As you can see on my marker drones, he has a green on his little lens just there, which when I bring it close to the camera, I want to adjust its zoom. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Once we get the tilt right, you can see just in here it's gone green. I've obviously whacked a lot of known oil over that drone, which I may do the same thing. I don't think I will do. I'll just paint what I need to do. The green's in there, the green on there. But anyway, that will be that one worked out. That'll be the next thing, as this gentleman over here obviously has to be panel lined. So let's check out stealth suits. There we go. Falling apart. So let's start looking at arms, and we can start gluing arms on. Oh, this is a pretty quick and simple fix. Couple of arms. 1 and 2. Then obviously with arms comes the next requirement, which is get some glue on here. The arm guards, which these ones nicely fit on. There is like a, if I can get it to sit, a little notch in which these arm guards go on. Try and make it look plausible that they're not wanting to stay where I want them to, which is super helpful. So doesn't want to go in the hole. Alright, one guy down, move to the next, and obviously we've got now let's change sides with that arm guard, actually, to be honest. Let's go with the other arm guard, which is here, and we'll make sure that took too long. Sometimes the glue will dry rather quick, other times it doesn't do what you want it to do. So we're going to swing this around, and we're going to put this arm guard on this side. There we go. So there we have it. One stealth suit completed, almost. We're just going to have a gun on and an aerial put in place. Let's work on our next one. Obviously getting these arms in the right spot is much more important. As we need to attach the guns to them, which can be somewhat of a pain, but there we have 2 stealth suits with arms, and we move on to our final lot of arms, which here we go. 1, and 2. So arms in, arms on. That section completed. We'll leave these guys dry for 5 minutes and then we'll start trying to work on getting shoulder pads on and move towards getting guns attached and the last bits and pieces. But obviously this is the first part of the video. There will be a second. So peace and love. Don't forget, like, subscribe, leave comments, tell us about your hobby, show us your hobby. You know, let's get this community going good. All right, bye guys.